Hi Minna, this is the Mr. Matt with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So I am a little bit late on this information. This information is mainly about Dokkan JP. As you all know, we are entering the Tanabata celebration in JP. This is a celebration that normally in global we only get in November, and recently, a couple of days ago, we received the information that this Tanabata celebration would be centered around TOP, Tournament of Power, and the main unit is indeed a UI Goku. It was a lot of people thought that this could be the opportunity to have a new unit of UI Goku. This unit is really cool. I like his animation, I like his art, and my goal with this video is to show you a little bit about the unit, talk a little bit about his potential, and also to tell you my opinion about if you should skip the anniversary, the 9th anniversary on global, and keep your stones for this unit. And I will give you, at the end of the video, I will give you my opinion about that fact. Now let's jump into the unit itself. I will also talk about the side banner unit, which is a dispo, and I will also talk about an EZA that we already got the information, the LR EZA information that we got during the streaming and the presentation of the unit. It was really cool. It is the first time that I can remember where the Dokkan was able to not give any information before the presentation. It was a video. And it was really cool, although we were all talking about the fact that it should be a new Goku. None of us knew for sure. There were no leaked, none from leakers, not even from Dokkan themselves, and it was really cool to enter this video without knowing for sure who would be the unit for this celebration. So let's jump into it. So first thing first, I will show you the animation not only of Dispo but also of Goku. Here we are. Okay. So I didn't do any comment during the animation for you guys to have the opportunity to see it for yourself. I really think that the animation of Goku are really good. I'm not a big fan of the animation of Dispo, but this is maybe because I'm not. I don't. Pretty much I don't enjoy Dispo that much as a character. I think the animation are pretty standard. I'm not nothing special here, but it is what it is. So nothing special. Like I mentioned, maybe it's because I'm not a big fan of Dispo, but I don't think that there's any special about the animation. When we are talking about Goku's, for example, here we can see the intro. It's maybe a little bit fast compared to what happened on the anime. I'm not sure about why they did it so fast, because as you know they have no problem, for example with LR Golden Frieza, they have no problem to giving us pretty long intro. This one seems a little bit rushed, but it's really cool to see everyone talking with Goku. Even we can see Gogeta giving some energy, and even the arm will do a movement about giving the energy. That's pretty cool. And then this part is pretty amazing. The fact that you can see the eye from zoom goes up, and then oh wow. UI sign is, in my opinion, one of the coolest form of Goku. I like it even better than the UI. Some people call it master UI, but it is obviously just UI. I really prefer the UI signed form. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of the aura around Goku. I'm not sure, but I really like this form, and it's really cool here. Then the super attacks while you are in. Yeah, you can see, for example, and this is very cool, that they are having a very cool aura around Goku. You can see here the dots flying in. That's really cool. This shot is really cool. You see Goku flying. This one is, yeah, it is also very nice. Yeah, while he shakes his head is so cool. From what I can remember, I think that this is really accurate in terms of what I recall from the anime. There are a couple of differences. Yeah, this animation is fine. It's not perfect. There are a couple of things that I'm not a fan of. Some part that feels like a little bit like not fluid, namely in the part where we do the Kamehameha, but on the UI form after we transform. And the transformation, in my opinion, is really cool. This is an active skill transformation, by the way. I really think that this part is really nice. And then we see that there's a counter. We have a domain. We will talk about it in information. This is a counter. It's really cool. I really like this counter. Nice. This part is nice. Then here on this super attack, I'm not a big fan of this part, for example. Well, we were seeing, I'm not sure, there's something strange about this part here. Not sure why. Sure about this part, feels strange to me. I'm not sure if it's the drawing or something is off. to me, but I reckon this could be like where how the anime was, but it's something is off. I'm not sure why. Nice. The Kamehameha be a little bit too fast. We will see how it will be on a 2 times speed. The chaos screen is wow, 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 wow. The chaos screen is very, very good. I really like it. Yeah. So overall, a really big thumbs up. I really like the animation. There's a couple of things that I would change. I would improve if I could and if I knew how to do it. But overall, I'm really, really impressed. Keep in mind that it is not the first time where Dokkan do a really strong effort with Tanabata unit in terms of their animation. For example, I recall that at the time, and still nowadays, if you think about it, Vegeta and Trunks, the Tanabata unit of 2022, had at the time a very, very good, and I think they still hold up as some of the best animation in the game. Even Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 Goku last year, I also really liked his animation. So Tanabata is a very important celebration in JP. And so I think that they made some effort, and it almost feels like an anniversary kind of animation in terms of the unit. The intro, the transformation is amazing. The super attack are very good overall. I think they are very good, and the chaos screen is so cool, so cool, so cool. I think that this is one of the best, if not the best, chaos screen in the game. I really like it. So they made the effort. Like I mentioned, I'm not saying that everything is perfect, but they made the effort to this unit. Okay, so in terms of schedule, as you can see, we are like 23 minutes, although by the time I will post the video, we will already have the banner for the unit. I will be doing some summoning. By the way, my JP account was always here more for me to have the opportunity to summon for units that would come later on a global. So I would say that anniversary and Tanabata was also always some of the more important summonings I was doing in JP, and because we are moving fast towards the sync of both game, I think it makes a lot of sense that I spend, if not all my stones, most of them, into this banner. I will talk a little bit about the banner once it comes out in a couple of minutes, but we are expecting, and I'm pretty sure it is already confirmed, namely saw last year, but also because, let me just see if we have this here. So come to the news, let me see here, if I'm not mistaken. Here we can see, no, yeah, we can see that the banner will be also the returning of Gohan Beast and of Broly. So this is a very good opportunity to get those guys if you didn't on the anniversary in February. Those guys are really, really cool. Gohan is Beast Gohan is the best unit in the game. From what I could see of UI Goku, I still think he will be the best unit in the game, although we will have to see about some of the events coming up on this celebration. We will have new events about a new challenging event that we will, and we will already have some information about this event. By the way, let me see. Yeah, I will talk a little bit about that at the end. And so I reckon that the banner will be a good one. I imagine that we will also see Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the banner, the last year Tanabata unit. We will see about that. And so I think it could be a good banner, so maybe I will spend all my stone on it. Okay, so like I mentioned, talking a little bit about Dispo. So Dispo is an accelerated battle category leader, key +3 attack and defense, and HP 130%. The super attack effect is raise 30% defense for 1 turn, cause supreme damage, and raise attack for 11 turn. The attack will be raised by 50%. Okay. Fighting. Normally it would be greatly raising attack for 11 turn. Okay, that could be interesting. Then we have attack and defense start of turn plus 150%. Then it will gain an additional 150% when performing a super attack. So this will be a multiplicative buff and not just an addition. After performing a super attack, he will gain an additional defense of 150% until he receives an attack during the turn. Okay. So this will be at each turn you will have this until we are it. He will perform an additional attack that has a great chance to becoming a super attack. That's a 70% chance. He will perform an additional attack that has a great... So he has... if there is another Universe 11 category ally in the same turn, or if all allies attacking the same turn are tournament participants. Okay, this is, I would say, pretty easy. A pretty easy condition to fulfill, as Topo, for example, could be a pretty good unit to have next to this Dispo, and we have a lot of Universe 11 category good unit, and I'm pretty sure that Jiren should be the part 2 LR of this celebration. Some people are saying that it could be Kefla. It is possible. We were discussing if it would be Kefla, it could be Hit, but I think, namely because of the screen on the game, that I really think that it should be a Jiren. We will see about that. I chance 50% chance to evade the enemy. Gain a chance to perform a critical hit plus 11% every time this character performs a super attack. Okay. And gain an additional 11 chance to evade during the turn. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm not sure if this will be added to the 50% or if it is a different percentage to be calculated. 2 different procs. I'm not sure about that, but so let's say, so we do the first super attack. Okay, and then we have, let's say we can have 3 additionals. Okay, we can have that 70% chance. So we have an additional that has a 70% chance to be a super attack, and we have it this 2 times. Let's say that we also have the hidden potential. So the first one we could have 11%, then 22, then 23, then 33, and in terms of and then 44, although it will not I reckon this will be before you do the super attack, so it will be 11, 22, 23, 33 or 44% to crit. Okay, and then we would have the dodge. It would not be bad. If this was to be added to this 50%, it would be fantastic. Let's say you perform 4, it will be 50 plus 44, which will be 94%. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this will not be the case. This will be like a 50% and then a 44% if this one do not proc. It is not bad. But okay, overall, it is not my my kind of units. Not it is not that it's not a good unit. In my opinion, side banner unit should be helping the new unit, and in my opinion, this is not the case here. It would be a lot better to have some units. I'm not sure, maybe. A Master Roshi, a Tien, something like that, that could, for example, give support to the new unit. I would prefer that, but okay, we cannot have every side banner unit to be doing support, but in my opinion, this is the best way to do side banner unit, but okay. Okay, so now into Goku itself. So the leader skill is Universe Survival Saga, Entrusted Will, Realm of God, Key +3 attack and HP and defense plus 170%, and it will give an additional HP attack and defense of 30% for the character that also belong to representatives of Universe 7, Accelerated Battle, and Power or Revival. Okay, so this is a pretty good leader skill. I just opened yeah, as you can see, so in terms of 200%, we have those two units that will fit perfectly into the team, and we have a lot of I think that once we transform, I will go into it, once we transform with this guy into UI, we will have 7 out of 7 links with this guy, which will be pretty good. We can see here also Goku and Vegeta that transform into Vegito. These are also very good run with. We have those guys that will get their EZA in, they already have their EZA on JP, but they will see their EZA really soon in global. We have Gogeta, we have the new Gogeta, the 9th anniversary Carnival unit will also be on this team. We could see those guys getting the super EZA during this celebration. That would be really, really cool. There's also a very strong possibility that this guy could see an EZA on part 2, let's say, and I think it would be really cool that we could have a transforming Jiren as part 2 LR, and I would see that this rotation with this guy getting an EZA could be really, really cool. We have this guy also on the team. We have those guys that are getting their EZA and they are quite good. We will have also, these guys could see their EZA also during the celebration. I think there's a possibility. We also have this, that was the side banner unit of, if I'm not mistaken, 6th anniversary. I don't see why they couldn't also get their EZA. We got this unit, which is also pretty good, and was really important to have Goku units next to them, and now that we have a lot of them. We have the Gammas. Let me remind you that the Gammas give 50% support for super heroes units, so Goku namely. We have the recent Dokkan Fest physical Rose. We have Kefla, wow. We have also the recent LR Ultimate Gohan. So yeah, this Teen Gohan that transformed into LR into Ultimate Gohan is also on the 200%. We have this guy that maybe not longer a very viable unit. We have this guy that once we'll get an EZA will be a very, very good unit, I reckon. This guy could also see an EZA during this celebration. So we can see that we have a lot of option. And let me see, for example, if we have anything on the 170. So we have Beast Gohan. Wow. Let me also remind you that we are maybe not far away from those guys getting their EZA during the 10th anniversary. Jiren, this guy is not very good. Topo is also on the team. Wow. We have Future Gohan. So as you can see, it is we have a lot of very, very good unit, namely on the 200%. So I really think that this will give us the opportunity to have a very cool team, namely of representative of Universe 7. That will be a really cool team to run. So I really think that this is a very top leader skill of the unit. Very, very good. So the super attack, the 12 key will be the Unpolished Instinct. It will raise attack 30%, no, 50% for one turn. It will, no, sorry, raise attack, like I mentioned, by 30%. It will greatly raise defense, so 50% for one turn, cause colossal damage, and this is important, it will raise attack by 30% for one turn. That's very important. We will, the card art is so cool. I'm pretty sure that we will put this guy I think from what I read, maybe it will be more of a slot 2 unit, but even so, we will see once it's transformed, it will be a slot 1 unit, but we will see about that once we use him. But keep in mind that it is important, he will raise attack by 30% for all allies for 1 turn. His 18 key will greatly raise attack, that's 50%. He will raise defense for 1 turn, same thing, cause mega colossal damage, and he will raise, in this case, defense by 30% for 1 turn. This is very good. Those kinds of support are very good. So we will activate the entrance animation upon entry only once, when there is at least one other Universe Survival Saga category ally on the team. At this point, he will gain key plus 4, attack and defense plus 77% for 7 turn, and an additional attack of and defense of 77% for 4 turns. Okay, so this will be here for most of the part before we transform with him, and I will go to the activation condition. I had a couple of things to say about this. Okay, then we will have key plus 7, attack and defense plus 200% of start of turn. Heading to those numbers, that should be like pretty cool number. You will have 70% chance of evading an enemy attack, that's pretty good, and 70% chance to perform a crit, that's amazing. It will reduce damage received by 15% and an additional 35, so that's 50% damage reduction until receiving an attack. So let's say we don't get the 70% chance to dodge, but we receive an attack. This first one will be with 50% damage reduction. That's pretty good. After receiving an attack, it will guard. So we will then, once we receive this attack, this first attack, we will lose 35% damage reduction. We will only have 15%, but we will be guarding, which is very good. So it will perform an additional super attack after evading the enemy's attack during the turn. So it gives us, because of that, we would want to put him on slot 1, but he will also perform an additional attack that has a great chance, a 70% chance to be a super attack, if it is on the second or third attack in a turn. So that's also pretty good. So this will be a guaranteed additional attack that has a 70% chance to be a super. That makes a lot of sense also as a slot 2 unit. So the active skill. So first of all, the active skill condition. Let's straight away tell you my opinion. This is the I don't want to call it the bad part of him, but this is on the current meta and on the current events. This is one of the part that I don't like. The activation condition. Those are, if I'm not mistaken, exactly the same as LR AGL Broly, the Dokkan Fest unit of part 1 of the 9th anniversary, which will be, you will be able to use it starting from the 5th turn from first appearance. So this is not from start of the fight. Why this is important? Because if you have him on turn 1, obviously you will be able to transform on turn 5, but if you have him on turn 2, then you will only be able to change on turn 6, and even worse, if it comes on slot 7, then at this moment you will only be able to transform on turn 7, which sometimes most of the fight will already be over. As you may have seen with my my video about Broly, sometimes it is a problem transforming with him, but we will see about that. Although to be honest, I think that this unit is pretty good even on this form, although I know that once we get into Y, then is really something else. At this moment is really crazy. So in terms of the active skill, at this moment all super ally will gain 4 key for 3 turns. Okay, not bad. In terms of the domain, so in terms of the domain, what we will have is that the super class ally and enemies will get an attack and defense plus 15%. So on the meta where we have so many events nowadays where we have super class enemies, this is maybe a a little bit of an issue, but we will see. The fact, obviously, that you give this support for allies is very important, and very important at that point we will disable the enemy evasion cancelling. So we will disable the cancelling. So at this moment we have a couple of fights where you cannot dodge. I recall, for example, this happened, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, with Beerus. We also have the battle against Broly, Sheila, and Lemo. I believe they also cancel dodge, and I'm not sure which one we have. So I think we have another one that cancel dodge, and I reckon it should be. It is always the case that with Tanabata unit they are giving us battles where the new effect of this guy should be pretty strong, and we will also have all the allies who belongs to the Realm of God category, and as we saw, a lot of them on the team does do make part of Realm of God. They will get 15%, so we should be seeing pretty good numbers from, for example, this guy over here. I really think that this guy will be best partner with them. Okay, once we transform, then at this moment I think that this unit is totally crazy. I also really like the art, by the way. So at this time the 12th key will be Perfect Instinct. It will greatly raise, so that's 50% of attack and defense for one turn, cause colossal damage, and disable enemy guard. So we know we will hit. And then the 12 key, the 18 key super attack, which will be Supreme Kamehameha, will also greatly raise attack and defense for one turn, cause mega colossal damage, and all allies will get attack and defense plus 59% for one turn. That's pretty crazy, because spoiler ahead, at this point this guy will be a slot 1 unit, and then you will have this pretty amazing support that he will be giving. I think that like we mentioned, this guy we will also have. So as you can see, we will also have those guys. We will have this guy should be doing pretty cool numbers. Those guys, when they get their EZA, will also be very good at this moment. And as you can see, we have 7 out of 7 links with this guy. Wow, what a rotation this will be. Okay, so at this moment, we will have attack and defense 300%. That's very high number. For example, if I'm not mistaken, Beast will be at 250% at the start of turn. This guy will be at 300. That's very good. He will gain key plus 7, attack plus 59%, and will evade all the enemies and all allied chance to evade the enemy attack plus 10% for one turn. That's very good. So first time we will transform, he will evade all the attacks, and let me remind you that this will not be able to be cancelled by the enemy because of the domain, and he will give 10% for one turn. For example, if we are running next to this guy, and this guy will have at least 77%, with those 10% more, he will have 87% chance to dodge, so that's very important. Gain key plus 2 and chance to perform a critical hit, and chance to evade the enemy attack. Chance, I believe, is this 30%? I think it is 30%. Oh, okay, but plus 20% per attack performed, with a max key of 12, which will 4 attack performed, and the chance to crit and to evade will go up to 77%. So also with 4. So with 4 super attack, we would have this. I say this. Okay. He will counter with a tremendous power after evading an attack. And this animation is pretty good. We will have reduced damage received by 20%, and will reduce damage received by an additional 40% until receiving an attack. So that's even better from before he transformed. That's 60% before he receives an attack. Wow, that's very good. After receiving attack, guard activate, like we saw. He will gain an additional attack plus 91% and chance to perform a critical hit and evade enemy plus 20%. if HP is 50% or below at start of turn. Okay. This is when we need it the most. Okay. And it will do an additional if key is 24. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I will have to use him in battle for sure, but I would say that once this guy, this is very cool because you can see, and this is why I reckon that maybe we will see, yeah, we will see those new Supreme battle spectacle being a little bit longer is because this guy is intended to be transformed, and for that, as I told you, we will need to get to turn 5. And for example, has you know, it will not happen a lot, but Beast Gohan lose some of his power once his intro goes off. A little bit about the same thing with the recent LR Cell Max. They are very good, they are almost perfect at the beginning of the fight, and then they lose some of their power. Not that it is a very big problem with Beast Gohan, but he could be caught on longer events, and this guy seems to be good, I would say very good at the beginning of the fight, and then totally unbelievable once we transform. So I think that this guy is more suited towards longer events, and I reckon that we could see some of those events, because this is normally what they do. They give us a unit, and then so we will have Master Roshi, then we will be fighting Android 17 and 18, then Gohan and Piccolo, then we'll have the second time we will be facing Evolution Blue Vegeta. Then I'm pretty sure that then we could see something like I'm not sure, maybe Golden Frieza, maybe Jiren. We will see. I imagine then on part 2 we will receive more events over this. And also, I didn't show that, but we know, I saw somewhere that we would be getting an event, a new event regarding, yeah, we will have a new stage regarding those guys, and it could be regarding the God of Destruction, and we are expecting that could be a level where we would fight all of them like a boss rush. That would be really cool, and a boss rush of 12 unit, that would be really crazy fight. And once again, I think that Goku would be perfect for this fight. So man, this guy is really good, really good. I'm really looking forward to using him. So before I give you my opinion about if you should skip the 9th anniversary for those guys, let me just talk about a little bit about these guys are getting their EZA. We already have the details, and spoiler, they are very good. So once again, the 12 key super attack will be massively, that's 100% raising attack for 1 turn, cause colossal damage to the enemy, and all allies will get attack and defense plus 30% for 1 turn. So obviously, if you put those guys on slot 3, that will mean nothing, but if you put them on slot 1 or slot 2, and we will see if those guys get if we have those guys, for example, to get a super EZA, or if we have those guys to have an EZA, or even with those guys, so we could do rotation. Yeah, those guys could be a rotation, either with these guys if they get their EZA, with these guys, or with those guys. Yeah, even in joint force we could put next to these guys here. It would be also a very good rotation. Yeah. Wow, okay. So, okay, that's very good. But even better, with the 18 key, you will cause mega colossal damage to the enemy. But you will have very good. You will have all ally attack and defense plus 30% for 2 turns. So if, let's say, we put them on slot 3, and we get the chance to do our 18 key super attack, then we will give 30% for 2 turns, so for the next turn also. So that's very, very good. Obviously not as good as Bulma, because Bulma gets her support by eating 5 key, if I'm not mistaken. So with those guys you will need to get to the 18 key, and sometimes you will not. Maybe you could kill the enemy before you get to them if they are on slot 3, but that's pretty good. And also critical hit chance plus 7%. So they will have attack and defense plus 177%. For each ally in representative of Universe 7, which I think is where you should use them. Yeah, I think it should be where you will use them. You will have a key plus 1 up to key plus 5, so we would need 5. Not sure if that will count with them. And then they will have damage reduction and critical hit chance plus 7% up to 35. So once again, only with 5. If there are 5 or more representative of Universe 7 category ally on the team, you will have further 77% attack and defense, and the damage. Wow! At that point, we will have crit and damage reduction of 52%. Wow! Wow! Crazy. When HP is 77% or below, it will randomly change one type of key orbs other than int into rainbow. Okay, that could be cool. Attack and defense plus 77% when key meter is 18% or more. That should be easy. And we'll have also... wow, that's a lot of 7s. And we will have further attack and defense when the key is 22 or more, and always activate an additional super attack. And for each rainbow key sphere obtained, they will get key plus 3, critical rate plus 7%, key plus 1, and attack and defense for... Wow! Wow, wow, wow. Wow. So let's say on top of this, but let's say we use them as a rotation in the slot 1, for example. They have a lot of damage reduction, and then we get to 22 key at least, which we could because we have a lot of here. We have a lot of key plus 5. Okay, we will see. But then we are 77% or below, and we have rainbow key orb changer or another rainbow orb changer. At this point, let's say we get to 22 key, then we get an additional super attack, which will obviously translate into this. We could have the hidden potential one. Wow, this would be a lot of support. And then we would say, let's say we have 2, let's say we have 3. 3 key orbs is not that uncommon when we have orb changer units on the team. So let's say we hit 3, for example. 4 or 5 it's less common. Let's say we hit 3. I think that is totally possible. At that point we will have key plus 9, which will help us a lot to get into the 22 here. And then we will have plus 21 critical rate, and we will be giving support to all allies except them, self included, of 21%. That's very, very good. So the active skill, as you know, will not be changing. Let me see what it will do. It will greatly raise attack temporal. So this is an attack. It will cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and all allies will have key plus 7 for 1 turn. It can be activated when facing only one enemy, if his HP is 50% or less. If they are 5 or more, as you want that for all the buffs here on the team, with 2 or more of them, self-included, attacking at the same turn. So this could be, have 2 or more, you could use this pretty fast. If it is only 1, which is the most common, then you can only use that if the enemy will have 50% or less, but that could be really fast. You could use this really fast. Okay, so that's very good. Okay, so Minna, as you can see, we are already, I think that the unit has already come out. They are no longer here, so they have come out. I will be doing my summoning pretty fast. Um, so, in terms of my opinion, look, this guy not only is very good, is really cool. The banner is very good also. When is it going to come to global? This is something we don't know. At the time when they say that the game would be caught up on the summer, I think it was not like that literal. It was like at that moment, from that moment on, all the unit would come at the same time. Okay, so by the end of summer, no longer we should have a unit coming for JP and not coming for global. That means that we are not at the end of the summer, we are at the summer. So this guy coming right now do not mean that he will appear on global before the end of the summer. So I reckon this could still be a November release on global. So there is a lot of time that we are waiting. So I will give you my advice in two ways. So first of all, regarding the 9th anniversary, from the usage I've been doing of the unit, I think that Beast Gohan should be your priority. Is by far the best unit on the game. I would reckon is still number one on the game, even better than this guy. Maybe once I use him, I will think differently after we get to this form. Keep in mind that you will, best case scenario, only see this guy on turn 5. So I think that Beast Gohan is still one of is the best unit in the game. Keep also in mind that most of the time the banners are really good. The anniversary banner are really good. So I don't think that you should skip the anniversary. Although you should also keep in mind, to give you an example, because I got all of the units of the 9th anniversary on my JP account, I will be summoning on the 9th anniversary, but I will be doing like not a lot of summoning. And why? Because I'm also very interested and see what are the unit for the worldwide celebration. And keep in mind that this year we have a very big difference, is that the 10th anniversary will not come in July but in February. So this means that in less than, let's say, a little bit over 6 to 7 months, we will have the 9th anniversary, we will have worldwide, we will have these guys, and we will have the 10th anniversary. So I think that your priority should be Beast Gohan for 9th anniversary. After that, I would say that Broly is also a very good unit, and as you know, his team is pretty strong. We had a lot of different and recent units that give a lot of power to super bosses. So I think that Broly's team is very good. I'm a fan of Gogeta, so it's pretty hard not to summon for Gogeta. The Gammas, I would say that you could skip them, although they give support and they are on this Goku's team, but I'm not sure you should summon for them. Obviously on their banner we have Bulma, and we also have Future Gohan, if I recall correctly, but I'm not sure about that. And so I think that you should think carefully, but I don't think that you should skip the anniversary because of this unit. If you do, I think it would make more sense to skip it, or not to skip it, but to do a pretty good stone management, mainly because of worldwide and also because of the 10th anniversary. Keep in mind that if you keep on waiting for the next amazing unit on Dokkan, then you will never summon. You should obviously also summon on the unit that you like. Keep in mind also that everything I'm saying is my own opinions. It's just to give you my advice. You should do as you feel. Those are your stones. If you spend money on the game, this is your money. So please do as you please. This is just an opinion. Okay, so Minna, this will be it for this video. I will be doing my summoning right away. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave like and subscribe to the channel. That will be highly appreciated. I'm trying to reach 100 subs until the end of the year, so your help is really appreciated. And I will see you all in the next one.